Hey, shalom, Yeshua, the stuff. Souls by giving no praise to Yah, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakal double honors to the apostles of GMS and honors to brothers doing the work in truth, with sincerity. This was shared, in our group chat, man. This is just proof that Esau is the devil. So you read it out, you see, you got one of the natives here, Gad Reuben. And you got, these one of these devils here, right? It says moving out. It says when the European settlers arrived, they needed land to live on, right? The First Nations people agreed to move to different areas to make room for the new settlements, right? Agreed. No, you stole the land, man. Right, and then now they're living in reservations, and it's just, the brother captioned it. I thought, what did he say? Something to the effect of, it doesn't matter, but man's actually getting away with this shit, right? The fact that because this looks like a textbook. I don't know where the brother obtained it from, but this looks here like a textbook, right? This is John 10:10 says, "The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy." And that's Esau. Esau's come. He what was that saying? He came, he saw, and he conquered, man. And that's just the nature that he's had since since the time of Cain. He's murdered from the beginning. Revelation 6:4 says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given," and that's referring to Esau once again. It says, "And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword." Right? And what's he doing with that sword? He's going all around the world conquering, right? Taking that which is not his. It says Habakkuk 2 verse 5. It says, "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell." Right, in fact, there's a lot in that, right? It says, "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine." Right, it's talking about his philosophies, man. Right? He's a proud man. No man's more proud than Esau. You read Ezekiel the 28th chapter. That in modern day times referring to Esau. Right? It says, neither keepeth at home. Look at the American military. Look at Rome. Right? America's just Rome 2.0. Right? Rome overextended its military. It was here, it was there, it was everywhere in places where they need to be. Same as the American military. You've got a graphic of of American military bases, all around the eastern flank of Russia, right? And the caption is, "It looks like Russia's moved its country to next to American bases," or something like that, being facetious. Why? Because America's always making these complaints. Oh, you're doing war drills on, in this place. But these times they're doing war drills in Russia, whereas America's doing war drills everywhere. Right? That's the nature of this devil. Right? It says, "Who enlargeth his diet as hell." Right? As like we're saying, he's just going around trying to expand and have hegemony over the entire earth. Right? It says, "And is as death." Right? All he does is bring death. When he went over there to Gad and Reuben, all he did was bring death. Right? It says, "And cannot be satisfied." You see, he's, he'll rape and rob the resources of one area, and when that's depleted, right, then he moves on to the next, and when that's depleted, then he moves on to the next, and when that's depleted, then he moves on to the next. Right? Which is why you also have this scripture, Matthew 24:22, right? It says, "And except those days should be shortened, they should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened." Right? Because if the Lord doesn't come back, we're all through. Right? This guy's using a shitload of pesticides, herbicides, genetically modifying everything, right? Because one, he's raping the resources, not following the covenants that have been laid. Right? And two, because he's a fucking devil. Right? It says, "But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people." Right. So yeah, that's what I wanted to get on that. So this is Job 13:4. It says, but ye are forgers of light, yea, ye are all physicians of no value. Right. Hey, forgers of lies. This here is a lie. The First Nations peoples agreed to move to different areas to make room for the new settlements. Right, so, no, you make it sound like, okay, hey, you have this bit. No, that's not the nature of this devil. Right, let's see what precepts we have here. Yeah, it's all on Easter, isn't it? Right. This is Psalms 55:20. It says, he hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with them. Hey, if you look at that. Right, did the case with Gad and Reuben. Right, America, these devils went over there. Right, signed a whole heap of peace treaties and then just killed them. Broke every single one of them. Right. It says he hath put forth his hand against such as be at peace with them. He hath broken his covenant. Right. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And this hasn't changed. To this day, this hasn't changed. This guy will, this guy will stab you in the back given the opportunity. Right. He'll come with that smooth talk, but really he's plotting against you. It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right. So he'll be all talking all night, but really, like I said, he's plotting to, rather what the scripture says, he's plotting to kill you. Right, and this one here is nice and blunt. Right, it says never trust thine enemy. Right, so don't do it. Don't be fooled by the smooth words. Don't be smooth. Don't be fooled. Never trust thine enemy. And it gives an analogy. Right, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Look, iron will rust. Basically saying, look, no, hey man, don't be fooled by him. His wickedness will show through. The fact that he's a devil will show through. You've got a load of our people who don't want to believe that Esau's the devil, right? What was that? I forgot what it is though. Hand join. Right, this is Proverbs 11:21. Says the hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Right. So despite the fact that Esau, or rather, it's what am I saying? Lost my trail of thought. Yeah, you Jake that don't seem to believe, don't want to believe that Esau's the devil, right? Yeah, when he falls down, you gon' go down with him, man. Right? You trying to protect him isn't gonna save him. You saying, oh yeah, Esau, so-called woman's really Japheth. No, that ain't gonna save him. I ain't gonna save him at all. Right, it's yeah, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yeah, he'll do all of that. Hey, come in a business suit talking about, hey, I'm here to save the children. But really, he's the one stealing the children, murdering them, and doing all manner of wickedness to them. Right, it says, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Right, so basically, hey, look, man, you basically be circumspect. Watch this devil. Right, when you pay attention to this devil, that's when you see the inner devil that's working. Now, that's when you see this, how much of a demon this guy is. Zechariah 11:5 says, whose possessors slay them, right, and hold themselves not guilty. Right, basically saying that the First Nations people just agreed to move on. You're holding yourself not guilty, for all the wickedness that you've done. You said, well, they just left. I didn't do anything. That just kind of happened, right? It says, and they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, for I am rich. Right? Because they haven't had a recompense for all the wickedness that they've done. Right? They've just been doing wickedness, and wickedness to no judgment. This is Ecclesiastes 8:11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Right? So because Esau hasn't been paid back for the wickedness that they have done, right, they just carry on doing it. Right, it says, and their own shepherds pity them not. That's what it looks like. Right, But then, what's the Lord gonna do, man? The Lord's gonna raise up a standard for His holy name's sake. Now, this is Ezekiel 36 and 21. It says, "But I had pity for mine holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whither they went." Right? It says, because we go around saying, for instance, we'll be out on the street saying, we're the children of Israel. Then, those same people cursing out on a Saturday, we go home Saturday night, see niggas doing, Jake doing dumb shit, dumb nigga shit. These are the so-called people of God. That's what they're thinking. But all among these heathens that we're about, we're just putting a bad name. A stain on the name of the Lord. So like if you have an unruly kid going around with your last name, he's making the family look bad. Right, and that's what we've done to the Lord. Right? But what did he say? He says, "But I had pity for mine holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen whither they went. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen whither you went." Right, so the Lord's going to have pity on His name. He's not saving us for us, He's saving it to, for His name's sake. Right, we have Joshua, the 2nd chapter. Right, this is Joshua 2 and 10. It says, "For we have heard how Yahweh dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the 2 kings of the Amorites that were on the other side Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed." Right, and as soon as we heard these things, our hearts did melt, neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. Right, so basically saying they saw what the Lord did, and they're like, oh man, shit. Right, this is because of you. For Yahweh, your power, He is good in heaven above and in earth beneath. Right, so they go, hey, these heathens go, no. This is Jeremiah, it's not 14. 16:14. Right, it says Jeremiah 16:14 says, "Therefore behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said that Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt." Right, as Rahab in Joshua the 2nd chapter was going into, right, oh my God, yeah, look at this, man, hey man. Right, but it says, "But Yahweh lived, that brought the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither He had driven them, and I'll bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers." Right, so this destruction, right, hey, they're going to remember the Lord for this one. Right, I'll just get this real quick, and I'll jump back onto Ezekiel, and then I'll close up. It says, and that Daniel 12 says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book." Right, so the point I wanted to touch on here was, "And there shall be a time of trouble," right, "such as never was since there was a nation." Right, so basically this time of trouble coming up is going to be worse than anything before, which is why Jeremiah 16:4 says what 15 says, what it says. 14 and 15 says what it says. Right, so it's back in Ezekiel 36 and 23. It says, "And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, saith the Lord power, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries, and will bring you into your own land." And the way He's going to do that, the way the Lord's going to bring Israel from all the nations wherein they've been scattered into their own land, is going to be so magnificent, right? Because like I said, right now they're thinking, oh, we taking down these, and the very fact they can just put out blatant lies like this says they're like, man, these people are conquered, man. Right? They're like, these people are conquered. Right, so Lord's will that you are edified. Until the next time, I'll say shalom.